So, I just had a thought about 15 minutes ago or so regarding the NBA. The Philadelphia 76ers might be a force to be reckoned with next year in the Eastern Conference, or at the very least, a much more competent and serious team than they were this prior year. Um, they're building a squad, in my opinion. Now, I know you're thinking, this locker room last year was utter hell, and it's kind of been that way for several years. It's kind of their thing. But Brett Brown is gone. I think most of their coaching staff is gone. Doc Rivers is here. Dave Hoyer is at the... I can't remember where he coached, but he's here. Dan Burke, big Pacers fan here. Dan Burke is here in Philadelphia now. So is Popeye Jones, also a former Pacers coach. Dan Burke is fantastic. This is a pretty much fresh coaching staff. Maybe completely fresh. I'm not sure. But I believe if Doc Rivers and crew can rehabilitate this locker room and this culture, build some real chemistry, this team could be probably a top 4 seed, maybe top 3 in the East. I don't know. It's a lot of things have to happen here. One, Doc Rivers has to fix the fucking chemistry. Number 2, their offense is utter shit, really bad. Probably not even top 15 in the league in points per game. And they need key players like Joel Embiid to be healthy, because he's a fucking game changer out there when he's healthy. I know he bitches, I know he moans a lot, but he's still one of the best centers in the league when he's out there. But he's got the back of a fucking 80-year-old. But when he's out there, he's a problem. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. 22 and 12 a game. I mean, he could get those assist numbers up. 3.3 assists. That's kind of shit for a big guy in today's NBA. Let's get those up to like 5 assists a game. That could be a real game changer. But speaking of their roster, they added Alec Burks, I think. Alec Burks might have been on the team for a while. I don't know, but he's a good 10 a game. The guy's good. I've always liked Alec Burks. They have Seth Curry now. All of a sudden, it looks like he's projected to be a starter. He can catch fire. He can, and he's a little more than just a 3-point shooter. And Al Horford still on the squad. He scores. He rebounds. Yeah, he could pass a little more yet again. But then they added Dwight Howard, who was just fantastic in the bubble with the Lakers. Just fucking hustle plays, grabbing boards all night, and just doing whatever they needed him to do. And they have him now to add to the just the depth that they're creating on this bench. They have Dakota Mathias from Purdue. He could catch fire. I don't know. Glenn Robinson III is kind of underrated. Hasn't quite produced much yet in his 5-year career, but I've always found him to be an interesting prospect, I would say. He's still got a chance to make something happen. Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the team. Maybe Doc Rivers makes him flourish. They still have Mike Scott. He shows up 3 times a year. It's great when he does. And they still have fucking Ben Simmons. Now, I shit on Ben Simmons all the time because he can't shoot for shit. I think it's fucking a crime that he can't comfortably shoot a jump shot beyond the free throw line. A 16-foot jumper is not in his game, and that's a fucking travesty. And what did he just make his first career 3-pointer last year? So always room to improve the jump shot for Ben Simmons, and maybe Doc Rivers is the guy. I don't know. But the rebounds, nearly 7 boards a game, 8 assists a game. Hell yeah, that's what you need. Feed Embiid, and now you got Seth Curry, another shooter to feed. Fucking just throw it over there. Throw it over there. He's in the fucking corner, wide open. Heave it in there. And I really do think that his offensive game could very well improve overall by shooting, and hopefully at least he gets even a little better at playmaking due to Doc Rivers now being his head coach. 'Cause Doc Rivers was a great facilitator in his day with Dominique and Tree Rawlings, and that's it. That's all. That's all Doc Rivers had in his day. But also, I mentioned this earlier. Dan Burke is a fantastic defensive coach. Fantastic. I've watched this man when he was in the Pacers for 20 fucking years. He took Bojan Bogdanovic in, who was a terrible, absolute terrible defender when he first arrived in Indiana. He turned him into a very competent defender. And in that 2018 first round series against the Cavaliers, he was, you can't stop LeBron. And he didn't even come close to stopping LeBron. But he looked very competent at times and slowed down LeBron in some key moments. And just was a good defender overall in his time in Indiana. And I would like to believe that he's transferred that over now to Utah, his new home. And we also saw Dan Burke do this with T.J. Warren this past year. T.J. Warren, not a defender, just a jump shot, just a fucking bucket. But now T.J. Warren can defend. That's because of Dan Burke. That's not because of Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan fucking sucks. It's Dan Burke, and hopefully he can take this Sixers defense, which is already pretty good, and propel them to be great. Now all this could come crashing down just like that. But right now, in this off season starts, what, fucking 2 weeks or so? I see something happening here in Philadelphia. I guess I'll go ahead and give a prediction. I think we could see them win anywhere from 46 to 55, 58 games. I don't know, somewhere in there. Not 60. They're not that good. But high 40s, mid 50s for the win total, and that I mean that should sit you fucking the 3 seed in the East or so. I don't think you're catching Milwaukee with that. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. See you in the next one. Go Hoosiers.